Hi, my name's Dave Swenson, and I'm here to walk you through some of the features you can use with EdPuzzle. So once you go to edpuzzle.com, you can see their theme of Make Any Video Your Lesson, where you can choose a video, give it your magic touch, and track your students' comprehension. So what I would do first is I go to the upper corner, and we're going to go to Sign Up if you don't already have an account. What I would do is select I'm a teacher. If you already do have an account, I would say log in, you're a teacher, and I would use your Google account to log in. So once you're logged in, your landing page is the content page. You'll see access to all videos created at your school, inside your department. This is in the upper right-hand corner if you want to get access to this at any time under the content side. So this layout gives you access to your material as well as everything at your school. So our case, Divine Child High School, we have 28 teachers. You can click that to see all of the teachers' names as well as department-specific material. On the left-hand side of the screen on EdPuzzle, you have popular channels. If you want to use any video that's created on EdPuzzle or on YouTube, all you have to simply do is select the category that you want and then search. You can also find videos on Khan Academy, National Geographic, TED, Veritasium, Numberphile, Crash Course, etc. So let's say you want to use one of the videos that you have already created. I'm going to simply go over to YouTube, and under the share icon right under the video, I'm going to select copy the link. If you have your access to your video on YouTube, all we do is go back to EdPuzzle, and in the search bar, we're going to paste the link. So I use Command V or Control V if you're on a Windows machine. All you have to do is hit search and your video appears. Once you have your video created from YouTube or what other source you're using, there's three main features that EdPuzzle allows you to do: cut, voiceover, and questions. So let's talk about the first one. If you need to shorten your video or you want to trim at multiple places, we would use the cut tool. This is ideal for when a video runs too long or you know that your audience won't have the same attention span to sit through a 30-minute lecture video. If that's the case, we are going to use the trim tool to put start and stop positions. EdPuzzle now allows you to trim in multiple locations. If you're unhappy with those, all you have to do is simply click the button that says reset, and it will go back to your original. Once you're happy with your trims, we are going to move over to the voiceover. With voiceover, if you want to re-record the audio on the entire video, voiceover feature allows you to do this. Now, who might use this? Well, if you teach a foreign language, this would be a perfect way of taking a short video on YouTube that might be in English and recording it in Spanish. Now, do note that if you choose the voiceover, you are going to have to record the audio for the entire video. And finally, if we move over to the question section, EdPuzzle allows you to embed a question anywhere in the timeline, as long as the playhead is at the spot that you want the video to pause. You can put in a multiple choice question. So in this case, let's say we put in the question, what is the capital of Alabama? So you type your question in, and then we need to give it a correct answer, and let's say a couple wrong answers. So the correct answer, capital to Alabama, is Montgomery. So we type in Montgomery, and let's say a wrong answer is Jackson, for Jackson, Mississippi. If I click add another option, I can say Atlanta. Here, once I'm happy with my multiple choice, which EdPuzzle will automatically grade for you, I hit save. Now I can see that my question shows up as a little dot in the player and allows me to see what the video is. This will pause the video when a student gets to it. They have to answer the option and then hit continue to move forward. The next option that you can do, so let's say we remove this option, is a open-ended question. So let's say we choose an open-ended question instead of a multiple choice. If you want to have a paragraph response or just have students type in an answer, this is where we have an open-ended question. So if I say, what's the first process in photosynthesis? Once I ask that question, just like a multiple choice, it pauses the video for the students to answer. Students can type in their response and they'll have to hit continue. The last option, if you want to just put a simple text note, we'll pause the video, or an audio note, which you can hit the microphone. This will pause the video and allow you to add important context or details into the video that you've created. If you want to edit the title, on the upper left, we hit the pencil, we change the title. So if you want to call this section 7.1 algebra, all you have to do is click the title, change it. It automatically saves whatever you do. And if you want to finalize this, we just hit finish. So once we've made all of our edits to the video that we want to create, you're simply going to go down to Assign, and this allows you to assign it to whatever class you have. So let's talk about your classes. In the upper right-hand corner, if you click My Classes, this will show you all of the classes you've created. If you want to add a class and you're using Google Classroom, click on Add New Class, and let's get it to work. So click Add New Class, Google Classroom, and then we're going to select our Google account, and it's going to ask for permissions. If you're not using a Google Classroom, then we're just going to go back. So same, My Class, I go to Add a Class and create a new class. Here, you'll give it a name and you'll give it a description, and we're going to keep it as Classic. Open allows anyone to join, so Classic is invite only. So once you have your class, let's call it Teacher Help. We have a description. We're going to click Create. Now, for example, in my class, I have my 6th hour pre-calculus. And you can see that I have an assignment already created for level 7.2. This is what you're going to see if a student has submitted work. And the beautiful thing is all of the videos you've created so far, the students have access to. They can go back in time as much as they want. So if we go into one of the assignments, this is what you're going to see. So at the top, it's going to say how many questions you have to grade. And then you're going to have your student roster showcased by their completion. So how many people watched the video, which is in green, plus the number next to it is how many multiple choice questions they got correct. If I click on one of my students, I can see that they watched the video once, or they had to rewind to watch an additional question twice. In addition, I can see their correct answers, what they submitted to a problem. If I need to still grade a question, I go and click on Answer 3. And this is where I can see the student's response here, and I can say, is this right, 100%, wrong, or some variations. So I'm just going to go through and grade these. That looks right. All 3 of these look right. And I'll hit back to go back to my main page. Additionally, you can see the questions for giving, instead of looking at students, you can see questions. So you can see first question was answered well, second one not so much, third one was missing, so maybe I need to go back and reteach that. Additionally, EdPuzzle gives a grade book where you can change the view of between last week, we didn't have school last week, or didn't have any assignments, to a wide range of things, and you can see everything that a student answered, that's what the scores are, plus the line underneath it gives you the color of what they knew, what they were doing. Additionally, if I click into one of my students' names, this is where you're going to see on that particular video, did they know what they were doing, how many times they watched it, and what questions they got right or wrong. If you go to the upper right-hand corner, you can find further information on how to use EdPuzzle. They have provided resources as well as teacher certification programs. So if we click on certifications and we go to Find PD, this is where you're going to see in-depth tutorials on how to utilize EdPuzzle. Whether you're starting at the basics with level 1, or you think you have somewhat of an idea and you want to push your learning a little further to level 2, or you think you're a flipped learning master, you can go all the way to whatever certification is. I hope this was a good overview in showing you how to use EdPuzzle. Good luck flipping your classroom.